Let's talk about a few more things here that we can use to help understand exactly what's going on here and how we control these frames. You might say, well, Andy, I remember at the beginning of this chapter when we first created this frame set, you were able to change the width of the navigation area by clicking over here and dragging, and I don't seem to be able to do that anymore. I mean, it's like it's locked out to me, and it is actually. So how do I, if I decide later on, how do I decide, for example, to change that? Well, you need the Frames panel open. Don't forget where we got that. We got it under the word Window, and we went to Frames. So it's open. It's not part of what we're using. That's the classic set. Don't forget you can make your own workspaces. If you want to add frames to your own personalized set of stuff over here, don't forget under the word Window, after you've added it, you can always go down to Workspace Layout and then choose New Workspace. Give it a name. When you need it, you can select it. And we're always going to Classic for these lessons, at least right now. If I click in my Frames panel on Navigation or Content, I'm selecting the actual frame inside the frame set. If we come down here, we have a lot of different options. For example, of course, scroll. The resize option, I almost never allow resizing of the navigational area. I like that to stay kind of solid. But if you'll notice over in the content area, I've got no resize deselected. Well, it gives the client the ability to change the page, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I usually leave content open to them. You have a border if you want to use it, and that's a border for the frame. Border color, and then of course a margin width and height between the frames. All these things. Okay, we got that. But we still, Andy, I don't see where I'm changing this right here, and I can't get to it. This is what you have to do. Click on the very frame itself going around it, that border. You got to click on that, and when you do, you'll see a black line come around. That means you've got the frame set selected, and you'll notice down here, we now have buttons for all our frames. And if I come in here and there's a column, 210. That's what we set. If you want to change it, you change it here. Now we can measure in pixels. We can go to a percentage of the width based on how the browser is controlled by the client, or we can go to a relative. You also have the ability to do a border color, and you have the ability for border width, and you can, like I said, turn borders on and off if you want to. So to get to the options to change that information, you have to go in not into the frames themselves, but into the frame set by clicking the border. One more thing I'll show you. Come out of here completely and actually click in one of these frames. Just click in it. Come up here to the word Modify and go down to Frame Set, and you will notice you have splits. Left, right, up, or down. What is that? You want to add another frame. If you want to add another frame, say to our navigation area, don't click over here. Actually click over here and then tell the computer you want to say split up or down. Now the split up would put the blank one up here, split down would put it down here. If you want to add them, it's very easy to do. So those are just some of the other ways that we can control frames if you're going to use them. Actually, you can do just about anything you want to. You just have to know what button to click to get there.